Matter of fact, my license just,
I needed the plug-in, that's the reason why I got this file.
Well, no, I had to tell. I know Nina's gonna do well without you, but I know you're gonna be back. Call for help.
I can, or Bobby can when he gets here, either one. Thank you, Bill.
Hey, John.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, you have to order it from Robbins, 75 inch.
we used to drum on a regular basis. They were always important.
Hey, I actually got a Bisbee now.
That's nice. What size is that?
2X. Yeah. Get with Ronnie and get you one. You probably, your 2X probably fits you too. Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, as we get older, we kind of get larger. Isn't that right, Bill?
I seem to be growing in stature.
I understand that.
And they'll.
Yeah, call sign or anything on it? Just the club logo?
No, you got the club logo. Okay. Then on the back, emergency communications. Okay. And, you can add a WRL emblems, whatever you want to add to it. Any pins and stuff that you got, you want to add to them, that works just fine.
On Facebook and YouTube.
But this over here, so everybody knows who I am. Yeah. Like that dog already, but yeah. Huh?
You can wear it for communications or during hunting season.
That's right. You can wear it for both. Works well for deer season, okay?
Yeah.
Hey, Neil. Neil? Yes. I need to see you, Jim. Need to see you and Jim and,
Okay. All right.
Bill runs come out to the clubhouse, the video and we'll get with him after he does this, tell us what date he's gonna air that.
Okay.
So after that, we'll set up with the club. That we'll get set up to talk about amateur radio.
Okay. Sounds good.
It's gonna be Jim with his mobile unit. It's gonna be Billy. Then get with you after the meeting, okay? About, Saturday.
When you go down.
I'm sorry.
What time you gonna show up?
He's gonna be there at 9, so we need to show up about 8 and get everything set up, okay? Did that give you enough time to throw something up? Okay. Bill Lund's gonna be there at,
Oh, yeah. Really?
We can get in there somewhere between 7:30 and 4 till. There you go. I'll call, if you have a problem, I'm gonna go early too. I'll call Sloan again to come over to you. I've got Sloan's number, so. Okay, you gonna just take some video of what we're doing? Okay. And you can add that too, okay? This is gonna be Channel 3 coming to interview us about amateur radio. I want to turn the HF rigs on, show them a little HF, I want to show them little VHF. He's gonna have his emergency response trailer out there.
I'll get some pictures and stuff. I'll go.
You wanna come help us?
Yeah, I'll have
Okay.
set up. I'll get pictures.
I don't wanna have a whole lot of people, I just wanna have enough. Hey Bruce, you buy 891? We'll buy James 891. Oh, I got 891. It's got an external speaker, ICOM amplifier. It's on pump mast. I want 5 of
Have you come over to the light side?
I'm an icon. I've always been an icon. If I was not a 10 tech guy, icon was my go-to. I had a 718 and I did too. Okay. So yeah, now that 7300, God, that's a radio. I mean, it's a radio, okay? And I am loving every minute of it. Neil, that 7300 I got, yeah. I have almost mastered it.
Almost what?
Mastered it. It's actually a great radio. I'm able to, play with the preamps. I'm able to play with the noise reduction, the filters. I've learned how to roll them back and forth. How to take the side splatter off and everything. They got that twin passband filters and stuff. So, man, you talking about a hell of a radio. For an entry level radio, that is a hell of a radio. I set the audio up, I put 60% mic gain. Okay.
Where are you going?
Hey Tom, I put 60%.
I don't think so. This Tom?
I put 60% mic gain, and I turned the compression to 5. Left it on. Everybody I've talked to so far on HF says that sounds like I'm running a Howell Pro headset, and I'm just using stock headset. So I got the right combination for my voice.
For your voice, yeah.
Yeah.
And Tim, you would think you would need anti-compression.
But I've looked at I've got a separate scope, and I've looked at my signal.
Yeah.
I'm 2.5 kilohertz wide. So I'm not overdriving it.
Right.
So I'm from center, I'm 1.25
Either side.
Yeah. So it's actually perfect, and everybody says great audio. Yes, sir.
These are 2 power supplies. Dell Centers.
Okay.
This is a connector.
Okay.
Anybody wants to convert, it will convert it to a digital.
Okay.
You'd have to Google it and find out how.
Okay.
I was about to do that, but I found one of the mics.
Okay.
I figured I'm gonna do that. Buy one.
Yeah.
Bruce,
And get it running
we
quicker.
got some power supply stuff here for you.
Anybody wants it, welcome to it.
Anybody wants it, they're welcome to it, so. This is out of the Dell Power, Dell Power supply. This is a board that controls this one. So,
You know, you would assume that the power supply for a computer would be really clean, wouldn't you?
yeah, they actually are.
I mean, it was just, I mean, just
They,
because.
believe it or not, they are as regulated
Mhm.
as the RS 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and all those. Okay,
Mhm.
they are very regulated. It's amazing how they can fit all that into this small of a deal.
But they're a hell of a lot cheaper.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
But they're mass produced
Right.
with a big clientele.
that's right. How many people we got here so far?
You know, when you can produce it in mass, the cost goes down.
Right, right.
And they're not in a pretty case. They're just.
But you know, you don't have to have a pretty case. I mean, now I look at mine, RM50.
Mhm.
I've got a rack mount 50. It's about this big. It's about that deep. And I guarantee that damn thing weighs 90 pounds. But I can actually key up the HF rig and talk and key up the 2 MIDI rig at the same time.
Yeah.
It ain't even taxed, never blinks.
Yeah.
I've
Okay?
got a 50, but it's not a rack mount. It's a 50. It's still heavy.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, them damn things are heavy as hell.
But I have charged some car batteries
Oh, yeah.
off of these.
And they will. They'll do it well.
Oh yeah. And you know, you could.
That's the control for this. You can talk to, Rival Battle. He just wants to give it to somebody that'll use it.
But you know, of course, you get, out of a computer power supply, you get 12 volts and 5 volts both. But if you really need a lot of amperage, you could probably just take 4 or 5 of those,
Right.
and just hook them.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, these run 30 amps.
Huh?
These run 30
I think so. Yeah.
So you can run an HF rig off of it, no trouble.
Yeah.
How you doing, Tim? Good to see you, man. After all them years.
Man, how you doing?
Doing well. How about you?
Good, where you been?
I just been inactive mainly.
Well, you
So now I'm
back?
active again, yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting fired up.
Well, good. I want you to introduce yourself to the club
Okay.
when we get started. We're gonna have introductions.
All right.
Man, it's good to see
Good to
you.
see you. I knew your voice
You know-
instantly when I heard it.
Well, the other day when I talked to you on the radio, was that a week or so ago?
Yeah, about a week ago.
Yeah, I was like, where in the hell you been?
Well, in the last sun cycle, wasn't very much activity.
Right,
So I traded my radio for a guitar, and I played guitar for a bunch of years, and now finally got a radio.
I'm still playing guitar. Yeah.
Me too. I was counting up my stuff and sitting for it.
Man, I got one.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah?
Yeah, I bought it for $389 from, Guitar Center.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Man, that's one of the things I've always wanted to figure out how to do it. I can't get my big fingers to get up in those little B strings, do those notes. I tried doing it, got to do all that number. I played bass guitar when I was a kid. It was pretty easy.
I played around with one.
Yeah.
I sang
Two
it.
brothers, like
Yeah, that one is a little bit easier. You can just kind of hear the tone. You don't have to just hit one string.
Pick a note.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Oh,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
you wasn't talking to me. He was talking about me.
Yeah.
And I've also got.
That's how it takes to stream.
Yeah, yeah. just streams right in. Streams right in. Things like that.
That's
It's very easy. Yeah, it's just a website, and you know, I use it for different things, and it's streaming to YouTube and Facebook at the same time. That's the reason why I like going this route, because you stream it multiple platforms.
All right, guys. Mr. Beck, go get your seat. Everybody else, go get your seat. Go ahead and get you a seat. Okay. And we're gonna go through introductions. We have a new member, or he's an old member, is gonna come back to the club with us. So, hello, Tom. All right, everybody, if we would, please stand. Bob Davis, would you lead us in a prayer, please? Would you lead us in a prayer? Yeah.
Lord, we ask you to be with each one of us this evening. Get in our hobbies and pray and communicate across this country. For these things, we ask you to be with each one of us each day. We praise your name and thank you, Lord.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. For all y'all that don't know me, I don't think there's really anybody here that don't know me. I am Tim. I'm K5. Oh, wait. First, Liz, wait before we do our introductions. Everybody join in, and Margaret, please stand up. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Aunt Margaret. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Okay. Now, for everybody that don't know, I am Tim Hall, K5TFH. I'm your president. We're going to start here with Randy and go around the room. We want to do introductions for everybody. So go ahead, Randy.
I'm Randy Jackson, KY4RJ. I'm the club secretary.
Andy, KF5ORM, historian.
I'm Jim Stevens, KC5PQO, net control.
Rob Wilcox, KJ5DTG.
Tommy, you're our visitor. Tell us you're a visitor and you're joining the club, right?
I'm a visitor, I'm going to try to join tonight.
Okay.
Tommy Smith, KF5KNK.
Glenn Thacker, N5DGT.
Marty Johnson, W5URY.
Bruce, KE5CPL.
Carol Venable, KI5CSA.
Neil, KG5LWP.
IK5WDP, social media.
Bill Mongan, KG5USR. Kenneth, KI5LVM.
Tom, KI5ELV, technical director.
Gary, K5GLS, newly appointed assistant to everyone.
You got the hair working.
Yep, that's good. Jay Simons, KI5KOI.
Bill, K5PKH.
Rick Westerfield, KH2DF.
Chairman of the board.
Chairman of the board.
Tom Dalton, KI5WSR.
Kim Hall, KI5VHX.
John, KI5CRX.
Phyllis, K5PLH.
Ronnie, W5SUM, Vice President, Janitor. Donald Carroll, KJ5DC, new member. There you go.
Hey, Tom.
Billy, K5BWN.
Denise.
Hello.
Denise.
Short and to the point.
Corinne, WM5CA.
Sam's still waiting.
Still waiting.
They're still working, supposedly.
Randy, new call sign, NU5J.
Old school.
Congratulations on the new call sign.
John Harris, KI5OBG. Reginald Wells, KI5LUS.
Buell Jones, K5TVN.
Wilbur Robinson, K5WCR.
Hello, Wilbur.
And Margaret Jones, KA5TVN.
Bob Davis, TV5RD.
Mike, KE5BLM.
Santa Claus.
Charlie Smith, AE7BM.
All right, everybody, welcome.
Carolyn Charlie over here,
Oh.
KP5LE.
Oh, hey, John, I'm sorry. We've got somebody else coming in. Who is that? Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Maury Charlie, KG5 Victor Romeo, let me know.
All right. All right, everybody, first and foremost, welcome to the club meeting. We've got a little bit of stuff to discuss tonight. First and foremost, we want to go with our secretary. Would you give us a secretary's report, please?
I will. Everyone should have gotten the minutes from the last meeting in your email. So, anybody would like to?
I move to accept.
Thank you.
Anybody second that?
Yeah.
All in favor? Anybody opposed? Hush up, Tom. All right, Bobby's not here right now. I'm sorry he's not here. If there's anybody that needs a application to fill out, Randy can take your money and hold on to it so we can get you registered in. But if you need an application or if you've already done one, we'll do that. Tom, do you need an application? Anybody else need an application to fill out tonight?
Tim, that one's already filled out.
Oh, that one, I'm sorry. That's a new one we got, I'm sorry. Give me an application, please. Tom, did you already send an application to the website or,
Donald?
Donald?
Yes, I've already sent it in, included my license, copy of my license.
Okay, so you should have one on the email, so we'll get him added to that.
Okay.
All right, did everybody get the email on the financial situation with the club?
Yeah.
Can I have a motion that we accept the
I make a motion, we accept the totals on the finance.
okay, I have a second, please?
Second.
Any opposed? Because I know it's going to be a no opposed, so how about a vote for? All right, there we go. All right. Now, we had a board meeting at the first of the month. Rick, I'm going to turn this over to you, please, sir.
Okay. All right. So some of you who were here last month remember that I stood up here and talked to you about, I made a quick pitch that needed to ultimately go before the board to spend approximately $2,000 of the hard-earned SARA money that we've got. It's about $38,000, so it's not like the $2,000 is going to put a whole big dent in our bank account. But I made a pitch to the board to buy 3 APRS equipped radios, looking at FTM 500 DRs, 3 of them, for use in the club for events such as the Heart of Hope bike race and the 2 Mardi Gras parades in the springtime. It was unanimous, hold for one facetious disagreeer at the board meeting. So, but for all intents and purposes, it was unanimous. I'd like to put that same motion to buy 3 FTM 500 DRs for club use. The radios will not be for general purpose use for people like me and you in daily, every month activity. They will be ammo can kitted up and locked up and kept in the clubhouse for special events.
Okay, Rick, tell them what all's going to be in that can. It'll be a power supply, a radio.
There will be an ammo can that will hold a mag mount antenna. There will be a power supply. There will be a 12-volt cord. As some of you know, the trucks that we get from Red River no longer have 12-volt cigarette lighter plugs unless you want to spend about $6,000 for the smoker's kit. And they're not putting that in anymore. So yes, these ammo cans with the FTM 500s will be locked up, kept at the clubhouse and not for daily use. I will do the programming, I will build the kits, and it'll all stay there. We'll get them out on parade day. I'd like to make a motion for somebody to,
So moved.
all right, second, all right, all in favor? Anybody opposed? Please, somebody, come on.
Bobby opposes.
Bobby opposed. They opposed. We gotta have some democracy in action here. Somebody's gotta oppose. So the other thing, and I'm looking mostly at you, Tom, about the scout ranch. We need to get on with that.
Yeah.
We're approaching a year and a half after getting the $9,000 grant money from ARRL. Unfortunately, we had receipts to expend all that money last summer, so they're not breathing down my neck too much. But eventually, we're gonna have to show something for it. We're gonna have to have the antenna up there, we're gonna have the repeaters in operation, and we're gonna have to work on, it's not gonna be the Hallett building, but it'll be the canteen out there. So I'm willing to take a day or two off during the week.
I'm planning on being out there Saturday if I can get Rick Westerfield, not Rick, Wentworth out there to help us. We're gonna go out Saturday and finish up with the antenna.
Okay, I'm willing to climb as long as I've got some fall protection.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ronnie, how many harnesses you got? Just one?
Little picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm willing to climb, so.
So like me and you and Rick be up on the tower, we ought to be able to get that thing.
Yeah.
Set.
I'm looking at the weather for other reasons, and Saturday's not looking like a good day to
Okay,
be up
well,
there
it's not
swinging
gonna
an
like,
antenna.
I mean, I can do it anytime, it's just finding the other bodies, yeah.
Not when there's electricity in the air. So, but
Yeah, we'll
if
look
it's
at that.
looking clear, you got me.
Okay.
That's also our morning.
Yes,
Yeah, but he.
that's something coming
Well,
up
now,
that I
we're
got to
gonna
talk
do this
about.
extra lunch,
Okay, all right.
so,
So,
because I think Rick has to work on Saturday morning, so
He
it
gets
has to
off
be
at
Saturday
noon.
afternoon.
He won't be available till 1 o'clock.
That's what I
okay,
said.
that's fine.
But since we're on daylight saving time, we got more time in the evening.
Sure, yeah. But we gotta get this done before it gets hot and before the ARRL police come after me.
And
So
we
There you
need
go.
to get somebody to help us with getting the hole dug, and I think you were gonna do that.
Just say the
And get the concrete.
internal combustion.
You'll say,
We
say
ain't
today,
doing
he'll
shovels.
be there.
We ain't doing shovels, the internal combustion.
I'm not, y'all can, but I've been doing this.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. All right, so I've said my piece.
Thank you, Rick.
All right.
Uh,
And Bobby took my chair, so.
Bobby, you're in trouble.
I need to know when y'all gonna do that, I gotta call Gerald Sherman.
Bobby, do you have anything else to add to our financial report? We kind of already accepted it, but
We got money.
yeah, we got money.
We just.
We got plenty of money, okay? Bobby, you've got, Tommy over here is putting in an application. We got another application here. He's got his dues money, $20 with him. He'll give that to you. You've already sent yours in, so, let's vote on these right now.
Either one of y'all have Sarah email on your phone, so you can pull up his application and look at it.
Anybody got the SARA website on their,
It's not just email.
phone? Do you have it? All right, stand up and tell us your name, your call sign, and, let us know that you, sent your dues and stuff in. Hello? You?
Oh, yes.
JC.
What's the question?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Carroll, AJ5DC. I'm an advanced class operator. And I got my license about a year after Tim did. And Tim's dad wired up my first microphone for my first radio. That's how I know Tim. We lived down the street from each other.
Yep.
So I've been inactive for a lot of years. I'm starting to get charged back up. So it's a pleasure to be here.
Glad you're here. All right. He has an application in with us, coming through the, Through the
I
mail?
mailed it, I mailed it.
Snail mail, so,
Yeah.
okay. All right, we also have Joey Emerson, KI5CIK, or KJ5CIK. He's a tech, he lives down in Hall Summit. When he's up here working with the State Department, he's pretty active on our repeaters. And he's a pretty good guy, I'll vouch for him. We have Tommy Smith. Tommy, he's an old hand, but he's got a whole lot going on and getting set up out there. Lives out there off of Welch Road in Sligo. He's got a nice little 30-foot tower with a 1481 standing up out there. We're in the process going to get him some HF antennas up and running. He's going to put up, make me salivate, 2,000 foot of 3/16 stainless steel loop. Bobby, what do you think? So, and he's got his money handed to Bobby right now, I think. So we have 3 to vote on. Can I have a motion that we accept the 3 into the club tonight?
Motion.
I got a motion and a second. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, that's a done deal. Okay, Bobby needs those applications, and you can turn around and talk to Tom. Anyway, now, you want to give us an update on repeaters and everything else as technical coordinator, please?
Well, not really a whole lot of work that can be done. We're still trying to get Scout Ranch online. And we've got everything together. It's just a matter of getting down there and getting the antenna up and getting the feed lines run and putting it all in the cabin.
Okay. Now, I will put this in for you so you'll know. 146.70 is now Echolink through KJ5 SZ-R. Now, Hugo asked me, and I think this is something that we need to take a look at. There's only one that can get into the Echolink at a time. So we would like to see if we can move that to A2, because that will get Damon and them up in Colorado, who wants to check in with us every week, on the net. So can we move that, and just everybody that's on A2 be mindful not to quick key, and we need to work on that. Everybody does. But all he's got to do is just turn the dial and put it on 8.2 and it'll be ready.
For when?
Whether we do it just on Thursday night for the net or if we do it forever.
I think Thursday night for the net only would probably be the best thing.
Yeah, I don't want Echolink on 8.2.
Okay.
It's too much traffic on it already.
Okay. All right. So what we'll do is we'll leave it on 7.0, but I'll ask you go on Thursday just to switch it over, and then Friday morning put it back. That way we'll have it to where Damon and Paige can get in, because they are excited about having it and being able to get into our nets. Okay. Now, is there any new business that needs to be taken care of? I do have some new business. Jim, Reginald, myself, who else is? John Beck. And who? Tom Cole. April the 8th, we're going to be working the emergency preparedness setup for the eclipse. We're going to have Jim's trailer out there. We're going to run 40 meters through Races, through East Texas. And we're also going to be running VHF and UHF. We'll have Reginald, I need you to get, do me a favor and get set up on,
Crossband.
no,
220.
no, it's, WinLink. If you can set your laptop up for WinLink for us, because we'll have some communications going WinLink as well as, the HF and the VHF and the UHF, okay? That day, the 8th, off limits on 146.76 unless you are a part. Yeah, you can sit back and listen, but if you're not in our little circle, you do not need to be transmitting on the 76 machine because it will be linked at all over Texas, all the way to west of Sweetwater, all the way up into central Arkansas, parts of Oklahoma, Louisiana, and all this is going to be in case we have any kind of emergency traffic that needs to be handled.
In case the sun goes out?
Yeah, when the sun goes out, we got to make sure that we got communications, okay?
In case it doesn't come back on.
Yeah, if it doesn't come back on, okay.
Turn it back on.
But on Sunday afternoon, what, about 3 o'clock, Jim? We're gonna get together, so Reginald, if you wanna come and help us, we're gonna set up, the octopus antenna. We're gonna set up the octopus antennas for VHF and UHF, as well as, HF, we're gonna be on 40 meters and 20 meters. That would be our two best chances of actually being able to operate. Now, we'll have a 40-meter WinLink set up as well. Brian Loper, WX5CSS, will be with John inside the EOC. There's only two going to be inside. So we're going to use handy talkies. I need you to bring all 4 of yours, okay? So we can 440 simplex to each other and have any messages need to be trafficked, okay? Go ahead, Rick.
Are you gonna be in the area totality over in West Texas, or are you staying here?
We're staying here. We're setting up at the National Weather Service here in Shreveport, okay? And we are playing a backup system to what's going through the totality between Texas and Arkansas and the little skirt edge of Oklahoma, okay? So, question.
What is the best way to find out if I'm in Ennis, Texas at that point, what that link will be to connect to?
I can get you that link for you to listen. Please do not transmit.
Yeah.
Okay. This is something that's it's going to be through RACES, Radio Amateur Civil Emergency Services, and ARES will also be a part of it as well. Hold on just a second, Ronnie. The Freedom Link will be linked all the way through Dallas. So if you're over in Ennis, you should be able to listen to us on the Echo Link. I mean the Freedom Link as well. I'm not sure what their repeater is over in Ennis, but it will be connected. All of E-Tech will be taken care of. Hold on, Billy. Ronnie, you had a question.
Just, you might want to put that link up on the Facebook page so everybody will have access.
All right, we'll have links to all of this. I just got the email from Brian today with all the frequencies and everything that's going on, okay? There'll be some P2P, person-to-person contacts on HF and VHF and those frequencies, but we'll also have just strictly the net sides of it as well. So it's going to be a big deal. It's almost like a field day. In other words, we're going to be seeing how well our communication systems work in case there's an emergency and we lose connectivity somewhere. So we're going to find out how our systems as ham radio operators are working. This is all being taken care of, DevTech and several other, emergency communications organizations are involved with it. It's going to be headed up out of Houston and through the RACES for sure. So just give you guys a head up. April the 8th. That's going to be no for 7-6. Okay. If you want to listen to the Texas Traffic Net, 7.290, or if you want to listen to the 7.155 frequency, there'll be traffic on both of those frequencies. That's the RACES frequency for that. So that's that going on. Okay.
What's the times on the activity?
We're going to set up Sunday afternoon. Jim and I are going to get there, what, about 8:30, would you say?
Well, Brad said about
10 to 11 o'clock. Okay. So y'all can start monitoring somewheres in that point if you want to. Now, as far as that go, hold on, Billy, 1 second. I still got you. Okay. I'm trying to explain all this as I know it. Okay. What we're going to have is once we get operational, no chitter chatter. It's all going to be by the book through emergency communication stop. So, Billy, your question.
I think you probably got to most of it already now. My main question at first was, what was this for?
This is for,
It's practice.
okay, it's a practice, but at the same time, if we have any adverse problems, if we have major traffic problems, if we have any power outages, if we have any of that kind of stuff happening, we'll have areas reporting in all over the affected area. So that includes Northwest Louisiana, all of Central and East Texas, all of Southeast Oklahoma, Western Arkansas, Louisiana, western side, and that whole area that will be affected by the blackout. We will make sure that we have communications in case we lose any commercial stuff. If they have any problems with power outages, if there's any problems with communications loss as far as police, fire, that kind of stuff, we will act. And there's a system set up that's so wide you would not believe it, okay? But we will set up and be able to assist with them. And we have incidents reports that will be filled out. So if we have an incident, say here in Shreveport, and we lose powers, okay? Or if the police loses their communications, or if the fire loses theirs, or whoever, we will have incident reports. They know to contact the weather service, and between Brian and John, they will relay that to us so we can relay it back out, as well as through WindLink, as well as through the traffic net, and it's through the RACES net, which will be going on from about 11 o'clock till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Go ahead, Jim.
One thing I want to add to what Tim has said about this. The Weather Service is concerned that we might have a disaster, because we're coming up on tornado season. And they're afraid that because of the eclipse, with all the folks doing the eclipse parties, that the phone lines are going to be tied up. That's the reason why they've asked us to set this up.
So please, listen to what Tim is telling you.
Okay, so that was the main part of my question, or my main question, I guess, was why is this happening?
Okay,
Okay.
that is the number one priority, to make sure that there's communications, because, you know, there's gonna be hundreds of thousands of people going to watch this thing, okay? And it's gonna cause traffic problems. It's gonna cause communications problems. It's gonna cause, several things going on, okay? So as amateur radio operators, we have the ability to keep communications going if need be. Not only in a civil part, but as well as an emergency part if we actually lose powers and stuff because of it.
So if I keyed up and released the Orson Welles program saying the sun's not.
You're gonna get shot. You're gonna get shot, okay? No, and Margaret, just get the backhoe, get his little spot ready, okay? So, all right. Is there any more new business that needs to be conducted?
Yeah, I need to meet with that team after the meeting, so we can set up a meeting.
After the meeting, immediately, Reginald, John, Jim, and myself, and Tom. We need to have just about a 5 or 10 minute little conversation about what's going on. I will have printouts that Brian sent me via email. I will print those out. It'll be everything that we need, frequency wise and all of that. So there we go. Is there anything else that we need to talk? Go ahead, Bobby.
I sent out a dues, my girl sent out a dues email, so if you, I've got the credit card machine, that's why I was late, everything had to do an update, it said 10 minutes, but that was a lot. So if you want to pay your dues, I'll be here, the pool will be with you always, I'll be here limited time after the meeting, take whatever you get.
So anybody that has not paid their dues, if you want to pay your dues, Bobby has the credit card machine, and he does accept cash.
I got something.
Go ahead, Ed.
Just for new stuff. I've already mentioned this, April 13th, Tim and Jim's coming out to the house to help raise my antenna, my loop, and we probably could use a couple more. And also, Tim's gonna help me with an amplifier to hook up, so I don't think I need that many people, but what do you think? Just a couple more, Tim?
Couple more would be fine. If anybody wants to show up out of Danny's, I bet you Miss Lori, the 13th of April. And I bet you Miss Lori will have us something good to eat, right?
I'll see.
Okay. Well, last time we were out there, she fed us, so, twist her arm, okay?
I'll have to twist both of them.
Okay. All right. All right. If we have no more new business, all right, go ahead, Bruce.
I don't know if this is new business or just an announcement. I attended the Rain Ham Fest. I think everybody knows that Rain has been putting on a Ham Fest. What made this one different was two different problems. One, the organization, the club that had been putting it on for years, did not put on this Ham Fest. They decided they didn't want anything else to do with it, and that was primarily because the Friday night, they're having their Friday night deal, and then walks the representative of the mayor, says, when y'all get through eating, clear out. No Ham Fest. So the club lost tons of money. They said no more. A different club came in and started, and a guy by the name of Romero worked his butt off and had a fair Ham Fest last year, and they made enough money to have the Friday night deal like historically they've had. Unfortunately, Mr. Romero died about 3 months ago.
Yep.
And somebody stepped in, and I think they did a real good job of it. It was a Ham Fest in progress. Was not well attended,
by either participants or a participant, flea market, dealers, all that sort of stuff, and people. But it was a good time, everybody was there. And the food they did serve Friday night didn't go with crawfish because it would have been $50 a plate. But they had fried fish, it was great. So, think about these little hen fests around. If you're not doing anything that day, we went down Friday and stayed the weekend on their convention center. So it was a lot of fun. That's one way you can help ham radio. That's how all of us guys get together that are not in this club, but in clubs all around and all of the problems we as a hobby face. That's my spiel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce.
All right. Rob brought in a couple of power supplies here. Anybody interested in them? He just wants to give them away. Huh?
The skinny one.
You want that one? Okay. One of them's spoken for. This one here, they're both computer power supplies.
Name on one of them.
All right, here you go. I've got the other one for you, okay? So these power supplies can be run, you can run an HF rig off of these things. They're pretty stout. This is a control board that hooks to this one right here. Rob can talk to you a little bit about that. Okay, see him after the meeting and he'll explain this one to you, okay? All right. Now, we've taken up too much time, but Ronnie has a presentation for us. And he's going to do a presentation on how to build a 10-meter dipole. But if you all think about it, all you have to do is adjust your leg lengths according to the formula, which is, what is it, Ronnie? 468 divided by the frequency of megahertz for resonance. There you go. So here we go, Ronnie.
This ain't much. I'm sorry that I just had to print these out and give to y'all because we don't have a projector up here. Anyway, I don't know if a lot of y'all know this or not. 10 meters has been just crazy lately. It's been, this morning it was open to Europe and Africa at 5:15 a.m. And it's on phone, CW, and FT8. It's been just absolutely fantastic. So any of you that know me know that I'm big on 10 meters. Okay, I love 10 meters, my favorite band. And it's really easy to get on. A 10-meter half-wave dipole is only 16.5 feet long. Okay, 468 divided by the frequency. My little chart there was, I cut it for 28.4. That'll get you above and below the areas where everybody operates.
30, 40 kilohertz.
And, oh no, 100 kilohertz is easy.
100 kc.
Now, a half-wave dipole is a good match for 50 ohm coax. You don't get that very often, okay? So you can hook RG8 or RG58 up to it. I don't like RG58, but a lot of people, it's affordable, so people use it. If you run more than 50 feet of it, you probably ain't getting no power of the antenna. But anyway, coax is a good match for a half-wave dipole. But this doesn't have to be expensive. You can make the end insulators and the center insulator out of PVC conduit, okay? It's easy stuff. 15 feet in the air will get you on the air. Of course, the higher up you get, the better, okay? Remember with a dipole that your maximum radiation is at right angles to your dipole, off the sides of it. The least amount of radiation is off the ends. So it's kind of directional, you know. If I had to make a choice, I'd put mine up running north and south, because that'll get you everything you want to get on 10 meters. Now, my preferred way to feed a dipole is with open wire lines. And the reason for this is you can run 200 feet of it and there ain't no loss. Zero. There's no loss at all. Have to use a tender, but just about every modern rig has one, you know. You might also need to put a 4-to-1 or a 1-to-1 balance between the feed line and your rig. But still, if you're talking about a 100-watt rig, you're talking about a balance that costs a whole lot of money, you know.
So get on 10 meters. It's fun, and anybody can get on 10 and work DX, okay? Also, I'm a big supporter of the 1010 International Net. A lot of y'all know that. This is about, the only thing the 1010 International Net is about is keeping 10 meters active. Getting people on there, exchanging their 1010 numbers, and their whole purpose was back in the 60s, they were going to take 10 meters away from the hams and give it to Citizens Bank. The 1010 International Net was formed in 1962 to fight that. And it was a success because we've still got 10 meters, okay? I've actually got a couple of transmitters at home that were built in the 1960s that had 11 meters on them. So, you know, that was a real threat back then. Our local 1010 net is very active on Thursday nights, 7 p.m. local time, 28.430 megahertz. Get up there and join us. If you're not into collecting numbers or any of that, doesn't matter. Just get on there and support your local group. Our local chapter of 1010 is the Red River Valley chapter. We call ourselves the Steamboat Net. Mel Sawyer at KD5DE is the net control. I'm an alternate, as is KG5ZMQ. Is that right?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, that's Bob Collins.
where's, he'll kill me if he knows I stumbled on.
He didn't make it tonight.
Anyway, if anybody has any questions about getting on 10, call my phone anytime. I will help you out. And we have a lot of fun up there. And there's a whole bunch of us that send texts back and forth. Hey, so-and-so's on 28.510, and boom, everybody in the world is up there working. So get up there and join the fun. I have one more thing. When I came in here a month ago and announced that I was going to be getting these vests, these are not bought out of SARA's pocket. They're bought out of mine. But I added $5 to the cost of each vest. And that money is going to Bobby. There's 65 bucks there, buddy.
That's cool.
And there'll be more. We got 10 more vests to order here.
Thank you.
So, and that you'll be making a little bit more. And that's all I've got.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Okay?
Is there anything that anybody has to bring to the club tonight before we dismiss this meeting? Look, we got out of here pretty quick. It ain't even a quarter till yet. So I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. How many did we have, Jim?
41.
We had 41 people here tonight. That's a good meeting. Go ahead, Rick.
I think we're gonna have to think about a bigger spot.
I think this is something that you and I discussed, okay?
The
Now,
new Bossier City Library, I think we could probably hit that place up.
we can, if you guys want to consider this, we'll, at our next board meeting, we'll need to bring this so we can bring it back to the club. But, we are starting to outgrow this place. I'm sorry, Gary. We appreciate what y'all have gotten for us, okay?
It's great that we're outdoors.
Yeah, I mean, our club is growing. That's a healthy sign. So, y'all consider this, and next meeting we'll bring that up again. Our next board meeting will bring that up so we can bring it to the club. Go ahead, Neil.
The other issue we discussed at the board meeting,
All right.
the election.
Okay,
issue.
on the election, everything's all smoothed over. We're not gonna add anybody else to our board. We're gonna stay with the 12 elected board members and everybody that's on the board as of this year. In October, we're gonna announce it again. We're gonna drop back down to 10 elected board members. Right, Rick?
We're gonna rewrite that.
We're gonna rewrite the bylaws to go back. What we did was we added 3 extra board members to compensate for the ARCOS when we took ARCOS on, okay? So we're gonna lose 3 of our board members as of October to be elected for next year, okay? But in the process of this, we're also going to, this is the thing, October's meeting. If you're not on the ballot in October, there is no write-in. Period. It just causes too many problems, and 4 people can write themselves in and then figure out why the hell they weren't appointed to the board, okay?
Then we got a tiebreaker.
Then we have tiebreakers and all that. We're not gonna go through that. We're not set up to do a special election. And it's just a pain in the butt to try to do that and appease anybody at one time, okay? So, we're gonna go back to a 10 elected board members, plus the former president, the technical coordinator, president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. That's gonna be our board again, as it was before. Instead for 19 people, we'll be down to like 14 people or whatever it is, whatever it computes to. And we do not have to have actually 10 board members, okay? It does not say in our bylaws. Our bylaws actually says we have to have a minimum of 5 and up to whatever the number is. That is what our bylaw says. So we do not have to fill the slate up. And we don't want to overrun, have a top-heavy club in officers and not be able to serve the members of the club. Go ahead, Bobby.
We're just talking about mechanics, but the real input is everybody here is on the board to some degree. We're all pulling together. It's a fun hobby. We're gonna all help. We just have to have a finite amount of things. And the reason we have the October meeting is to make sure that people coming on the board are not necessarily the right people, but we have an open ballot at the meeting in November to fill the roles. So in October, we get all the roles set and with people that have voiced an interest in it. So if you got any interest in being on the board, an officer, whatever, just let the president know and we'll get that all fixed up later on. It'll be less complicated, more easy. I'm gonna try to rewrite it. I did the first time 10, 15, 20 years ago. I'll do it again.
All right, thank you, Bobby.
There you go.
Go
Everybody's in the team.
ahead, Gary.
I just want to let you know that now that I have a picture of the mail out, the official mail out, I spent a good part of the day posting those on all the groups, several hundred groups.
I saw that.
Yeah, you blew my Facebook page.
Mine too, buddy.
So, and I've also sent it to Steve Smith so that he can distribute it all over Northeast Texas.
Okay, thank you, Gary. Now, with that being said, this year we're gonna go ahead and, as far as W5YI, we're gonna go ahead and have our test session at 8 o'clock. So any of you W5Y guys need to be there about an hour early so we can get set up. I hate to say that.
We've already changed it to 8:30, everything's 8:30.
Or 8:30. Well, on the mail out, it says 8
Oh,
o'clock.
you're talking about for Ham Fest.
For the Ham Fest,
Yeah.
okay?
Tim,
Yes, sir.
I hate to interrupt, I'm blocked in, Expedition and the Yukon.
I can fix Expedition, but you'll just.
You got the Yukon.
Who's got the Yukon?
That's probably right.
I got 22s on mine, so.
Let me see if it's mine or him.
All right, so what we need to do is, as of next year, we're gonna put that back, so we're not having to be there quite as early enough to get set up. But we want to be set up to help people come in, sit down. Doing the electronic stuff is so much quicker and easier, but at the same time, we still have to set our computers up, get everything linked up and working for them to take their test. So next year on the Hamfest committee, Bobby will take care of that, but we need to change that from 8 to 11 to 8:30 to 11. Okay. Does that sound good, Bob?
I'll be outside moving his car.
It'll be a lot faster, we probably won't need till 11, probably 10.
Yeah, probably 10, but go ahead, Bob. Hang on, right?
when we send these cards out, we need to change that on the card?
No, we're gonna leave it that way this year,
Okay.
but next year's Ham Fest, we're gonna back it up to 8:30. Okay, Ronnie?
I just want to say, Tim, you and Billy did an absolutely fantastic job getting us all set up to do the digital testing. And it went smooth. We all thought it was going to be a disaster, but there was no problems. You guys did a great job.
Thank you, Ronnie. Billy, you helped out a whole lot with that, okay? You helped me a lot. I learned. So, go ahead, Yul.
One last little thing, I just, with Tom going outside, I noticed the size of the power supply. I can use it, but I'm kind of needing a smaller one for out in the garage where it may get a little more humidity. So if somebody else wants the power supply or was thinking about the power supply, that's fine. If not, I can make it work and swap inside and outside.
What about the smaller one I claimed? Do you want it?
That's up to you. Yeah.
No, take it.
Okay, all right, that'd work better where I'm putting it out in the garage, I believe, or something that may be a little smaller and it'll be humidity control down the road, but for the next 6 months or a year, it'll be in a corner of a barn, so I didn't want to mess it up.
All right,
That'll work.
I think we've got, go ahead, Randy.
Do we need to come up with a projector for our meetings?
The club has one, go ahead, Bobby. We sold it, we do not have one.
I got one.
Bobby said he'll give one to the club if we need it, Gary.
I've got one at house.
Gary said he's got one, so we'll get one. Jim,
I've got one too.
Jim's got one, so
Everybody bring one.
everybody bring one, we'll make sure we got it.
By the way, the problem with that is rats have eaten the wire.
We got rat problems, so. All right, is there anything else needs to come to the the club meeting tonight? I guess y'all all gotta figure out where the hell y'all going to eat at. Kim and I are gonna go home. Can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Oh, we got it, one opposed. Good evening, y'all.